Hello everyone, and welcome to Blood on the Grand Strand, a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition campaign GM'd by our wonderful Huddy. Bless you.
Bless you, whoever
my
that
girlfriend.
was. Welcome everybody to Blood on the Grand Strand. Thank you for introducing us, Josh. Today we have tonight we have session 5, The Monster You Are. So let's meet our monstrous vampires, starting with Harry.
Hello, I'm Harry. I play Galen, the salubri veterinarian, and I'm hoping I don't get eaten.
Me too. Josh?
Hi, I'm Gamey FTL. You're on my Twitch channel if you're not on Huddy's YouTube channel, and I will be playing Hunter Pierrot. Pronounced badly. Oh, I'm not quite loud enough, am I? There we go.
No,
Hi,
I was going to say.
Hunter is who I'm playing.
And he's a wonderful Ravenos.
I am a Ravenous.
Chris?
I'm Chris, the Primogen. I am playing Anthony Tulip, the Tsimitsi, because the cat's out of the bag, and it's quite a pleasure to be here tonight. How's my audio?
I think it's fine.
Perfect.
The cadence of this whole chronicle has been Chris's audio. And Kitsu.
Hello, I'm Kitsu. I play Astrid, the Tremere, who's very in the middle of everything right now, but I think that goes for everyone.
I think that's the unlife of every Tremere. As always, I want to remind everyone this is a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition actual play. We've gone over our safety and our consent, but if this is too much for you, please check in with yourself. Your safety and well-being is important to all of us playing. So if you all are ready to head back to Myrtle Beach, let's continue our vampire story. This morning, the mortals of the Grand Strand woke to thoughts of work or maybe hitting that snooze button one more time. They thought about what to eat for breakfast or where they'll get the money to put food on the table today. But not you. As the mortals moved and breathed and lived, you didn't. During the day, a deep, dark slumber robbed you of your senses, and you were truly dead to the world. But as the sun sinks below the horizon, you wake to different things than the mortals. Thoughts about the danger of tender sugar, the risk you've undertaken against the Camarilla by supporting Victoria as Baron, and all the mystery that remains about the Sunrise Cruise and how it connects to the other goings-on in Myrtle Beach. And of course, there's the hunger. No matter what, the hunger is waiting for you. We open our scene in the clinic of Dr. Galen Somnus. Galen, as you open your eyes once again to the night, Victoria is laying next to you, her hand on your chest. She is still asleep, still in her day sleep. And I need you to make me your evening rouse check.
Okie doke, let's do it. Alrighty, good thing I remembered to bring up roll 20 this time.
Yeah, good thing I forgot.
Okay, that's good. Still at 1 hunger.
That is good. So, you should be at 2 hunger, because when we ended our last session, you were at 2 hunger.
Oh yeah.
So although you do not hear the voice of your beast as you wake this evening, that hunger is still there. It's a dull ache in your teeth. It's a pang in your stomach. You can decide to live with it or take care of it. What is Galen's normal routine when he wakes? You know you can get out of the bed that you have in your, we'll say, bunker laboratory in the alcove. You know you can move and get up without waking Victoria. She will wake when her vitae rouses her to wake.
So I'm gonna just double check on whether or not my prisoner is still there, even though I have no reason to believe he isn't. It's always worth a look. Then I'm gonna go and see, if there's any animals upstairs that need my help. Mainly avoiding eating for the time being.
When you go into the exterior area where your laboratory is, that's just outside of your little alcove. You see Frankie is still in his cage, and Thiedrich is also in the other cage that you have. Frankie, as soon as he sees you, he kicks against the cage, and he says, "You done boning your girlfriend, Doc? I'm starving."
I'll grab him something from the fridge and be like, "Can you just not be this difficult?"
What do you grab him?
If there's like a granola bar or some shit.
He throws it back at you. "I may not be a thick blood, but I need blood sometimes."
Well, because of the narcotics you've been dealing, just about all the blood here, there's a risk of being contaminated, and that could pretty instantly kill you. So that's not going to happen.
Not my narcotics. I've been dealing those narcotics for over a year. Ain't my narcotics that are causing problems. Give me some goddamn blood.
For your own safety.
Then let me eat that guy. And he points to Thiedrich.
I probably have some animal blood lying around somewhere here.
You may have a small sample vial, only a few ounces, perhaps.
Ah, shit. Guess if I have any animals still at the clinic, I'll draw some blood. Not enough to hurt them or anything, but this bag wouldn't be for any medical use, so if there's like cats, dogs, whatever's around.
You head upstairs. There are no animals here.
Ah, shit.
As you remember, you closed your clinic 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
All the animals you informed the owners, or you had Jim inform the owners and they took them. Mm-hmm. There are no animals here.
How unfortunate. Well.
He's kicking against the cage. Kick, kick. Then why don't you let me go so I can hunt for myself? You've kept me, you've kept me here for 3 nights. I'm starting to get a little antsy. You get it?
Could I possibly give him some of my own blood? Not directly from the source. I'd use an IV because I don't want to risk him getting a little frisky.
You could cut open your arm, pour it into a cup. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll do that. Rest check?
Yes.
Okay, I get hungrier.
That pang in your stomach becomes like 1,000 needles stabbing you.
Ugh.
You thirst. You suffer. Eat him. Why care for him? Why give him? Do not give him your own blood. Take his and end this charade.
I wish I could, but I made a promise. So until this is solved, I can't. So I will give him my blood.
So you pour it into a vial or some sort of measuring cup?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a beaker.
And you hand it through the cage. He takes it, drinks on it greedily. That's not a whole lot.
Thank you would be nice.
Thank you. I'm supposed to thank the guy who's kept me in a cage in his freaky, weird laboratory basement, Dexter's laboratory.
You're
Remember
really
that?
Trying to get me to kill you, aren't you?
At this point, I'd rather die than stay here. Yeah.
I'll consider it, and then I'm gonna just leave the room that he's in.
Do you head back to your bedroom to see if Victoria's awake?
Yeah.
She is. She's, her hair is devoid now of flowers. It's long. Mm-hmm. And she's looking at your virtual assistant device, and I don't want to use an actual brand name.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand quite how it works, and you see her leaned over it, and she's speaking Spanish to it. She's going, ¿Cómo lo hago? Yo no sé. You can interrupt her if you want.
Not morning, evening.
She turns to you. Buenas noches, cariño. What is this thing?
You can tell it to do stuff.
Stuff?
Yeah, like, hey, a non-brand specified personal assistant, make the lights purple.
Do you have it set up that way? To
Yeah,
do that?
you have some LEDs.
And she looks around. I always said this technology is like magic.
Almost indistinguishable, although it's rather limited. That's about all I know how to get it to do beyond play music.
How are you feeling this evening, Carino?
Hungry, a little frustrated by one of my guests, but beyond that, I'm doing well.
Do you not
you?
have blood bags or animals you can eat?
Not currently, no. And even with blood bags, the risk is still present of tainted samples.
Can I interest you in my blood?
Unless you are hungrier than sure, I'll drink. I'm kind of hungry.
She walks very close to you, removes her hair, and allows you to bite her. Normally in this fashion, vampire would be a bit reticent about this. It could be life-threatening, but she seems to trust you.
Yeah, I'm only going to take a dot.
You take a dot. You see her. This blood is different than any blood you've ever tasted. You can taste the power in it.
Oh, goodness.
She's old. And you can taste, you think wet earth maybe. You can smell animal smells that you're used to when you deal with donkeys or horses or beasts of burden. And you also think you taste salt water or maybe flowers. Everything that makes up the abilities that she has, taste it in her blood. But what is there is power.
Well, I will drink with some questions raised in my mind about her story. And I'll get to asking at some point if we survive this whole ordeal.
When you remove your fangs, you can tell her fangs have descended slightly. She is also hungry, but she makes no move to ask to feed off of you or anything like that.
I have a thin blood and a ghoul in the other room. They're a pain in the ass, and I promised I wouldn't touch them, but the same does not extend to you, so if you need to feed, you are welcome to.
I only feed from animals. The power of my blood allows me to call onto animals, allows me to feed them my blood, and what I receive from that gives me great sustenance. Carino, I know you and your friends are going to this riverboat, steam carrier tonight.
Yes.
I cannot join you. I must, if we are to win this war, I need more allies. I need more answers to my questions. And I must go somewhere that is quite dangerous for me.
Is there anything I can do to help you?
No. You can stick close to the dragon if you want to help me.
All right. I can do that.
Tell your friends if they do need me, or if you need me, or if I do not return. I'm going to the Market Commons. It is where all of the Camarilla have claimed domain. The ones who have come from Charlotte.
Okay.
Please, Carino, be safe.
Now, when have you known me to do anything unsafe?
I have known you to do nothing else. And you know sarcasm is not my strong suit. As is reading a room is not your strong suit.
That's a fair one. Be safe. I'd like to see you again, so, try to come back and all that.
I'll try.
I'll do the same.
She kisses you, gathers up what things she had left behind, exits out the storm cellar, closes it behind her. Now, there's time for you to work on your ketamine shot.
Yep.
Something tells you you may need tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to be making some more doses of that.
You might have enough time to make 2.
Yeah. I'll see if I can do that.
As we move our scene, we move it to you, Hunter. Hunter, as you open your eyes in the safety of your private quarters, a pirate's voyage, you are also not alone. Before you went to your day sleep, you invited Astrid to share your room, and she accepted. She's still here, next to you in your bed, but she's already awake, sitting up and looking at her phone. You see she's scrolling through pictures. You see pictures of Astrid cliff jumping in Mexico, snorkeling in Australia, partying in Tokyo, and surfing all over the world. Astrid stops on a particular photo or picture, one of herself and who you assume are her parents. Hunter, the jewelry on her mother alone could purchase Pirate's Voyage several times over. And you can see from the geotag of the photo that it was taken in Monaco. It appears they had their own private booth to watch one of those Formula One races. You also notice it's the only photo that you've seen so far that Astrid is not smiling in. Hunter and Astrid, please make your evening Rouse checks. I don't have the Roll20 open because it's not working for me for some reason.
Well, Hunter succeeded, as did Astrid.
Although neither of you hear the voice of your beast, and Astrid, you are still at 1 hunger. You are as hungry as you always are. Hunter, you're famished. And even without the increase in your hunger, you can still hear that voice, the back of your head. It's never been a better time, boss. She's right there.
Say, Astrid.
Oh, hello. Good morning.
Good evening.
Evening. Sorry, some habits die hard.
Take some time to get used to. How are you feeling?
I'm fine. I mean, relatively speaking. Are you okay?
I was wondering if you could help me with something.
Oh?
I'm feeling, a lot hungry.
I should be okay. So, yeah, here. She offers you her wrist.
An important distinction, Astrid. Are you biting into your own wrist and giving it to Hunter, or are you allowing him to bite into your wrist?
I don't think she knows the difference.
I don't think she does either.
So she's just offering him her wrist.
He bites into your wrist.
Astrid, you've never had another vampire feed off of you before. It's almost indescribable, the pleasure you're receiving from this. If you tried to compare it to those pictures you were just looking at, to the exhilaration of cliff diving, or the absolute ecstasy at being around crowds of people as you surfed and won those competitions, it doesn't compare. This is better than anything you've ever experienced, breathing or not. Hunter, You've fed off of vampires at least a couple of times in your life. You don't think you've ever fed off of a Tremere. As you said, it's unlikely you've met one besides Astrid, that you're aware of anyway. You can taste the youth in her blood. She's barely 2 months old. But what you taste as well is something dark and deep and frightening. It's delicious, it's powerful, but there's something there that is almost indescribable, except dark. How much do you take?
I will only take 1.
To bring you down to 2 hunger.
2, yeah. And then the other 5. No.
Astrid, make me 1 rouse check.
Oops.
You have to tell me because it won't open for me for some reason.
I failed.
Your hunger increases. My only child, you allowed someone to take your blood. Take it back from him. He is not worthy of you. Bite him. Do it now.
He's helped me enough. It's fine.
There is no one to help you but me. Take his blood back.
I know, but it's fine. It's okay. Next time.
I'll be here.
I know. I know.
Thank you, Astrid.
That is that normal? Like that was oddly nice.
Well, there are advantages that people get, and I am happy to oblige.
Okay.
I think they call it hedonism.
Right.
I'm a big fan of it.
I think I was getting the memo, yeah. But
Glad to see.
you helped me before heaps. You did a lot of stuff yesterday. It was only to be expected, I suppose.
Well, I asked politely because I didn't know whether you wanted to, but I'm very glad to see that you do. Now, I'm still here to keep you safe, as is everyone else. But tonight is going to be dangerous. I just had a light bulb go off in my head, and it's not good. So, why don't we head over to the good doctor's basement and have a talk with everyone else?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go.
As this feeding was going on, Anthony, you awake in the bathtub. A quick question for the storyteller. Do you sleep in the bathroom of Hunter's private quarters, or do you sleep in the bathroom of your own private quarters?
Well, it really depends on whether or not Hunter wanted to be alone with Astrid tonight.
Yeah, you would have been in your own quarters in that case.
Very well. Sorry to hear that, boss, but I suppose that's fine for tonight.
But just for tonight.
Just for tonight. I will have, of course, spent the first 20 to 30 minutes of the morning to rearrange things, get in order, set everything
Before
straight.
you can rearrange and get everything in order, I need that evening rouse check, please. You were at 1 hunger last night.
Of course. Let me see. Of course, I managed to. There we go. That's a failure.
And back to 2 hunger.
Yes.
So, not only do you wear my face, but I also gotta go hungry. Is that what this is?
Seems only appropriate. Starve or cold, as they say. You're more of an annoyance than that is.
And stop wearing my face and get something to eat.
I'll get another one when I find something more beautiful.
Good luck. Please roll me your vicissitude roll.
Absolutely.
Protean and resolve.
It is 4 successes.
Enough. Everything is as it should be. Except for the hunger that you love to keep down. Somehow just can't. As you finish, you get a call from your contact, Stella Carter, Detective Stella Carter. Do you answer?
Of course.
Good evening, Mr. Tulip. I tried calling you a few times. Sorry if you have so many messages from me on your phone. Do you have a moment?
Of course. Always.
I tried to do what you asked. I tried to look into this this person, this G, and the Sunrise Cruise. Just a name like G isn't going to get me very far. And the Sunrise Cruise, that's all tangled up in all sorts of shenanigans over here in the police department.
I understand.
They've got everybody on the take, as far as I can tell.
That's surprising.
I'm sorry, I can't be of more of a help.
You've been quite enough help, Stella. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the money.
Of course.
Appreciate it. And just let me know if there's anything I can do.
I have your number. You have mine. I offer the same to you.
Have a good evening, Mr. Tulip.
You too.
You exit out. You see Hunter and Astrid exiting out of Hunter's bedroom. Convene in the hallway of the private quarters where there are no prying eyes, save for Hunter's managerial savant, Caden.
Boss, Astrid.
Good evening. I wanna
Hello?
go meet the doctor. We gotta move.
But before we leave, I remembered something. You said you would have someone take this off me.
Oh, of course. I turned to my assistant. Would you mind
Caden?
Yeah. Would you mind assisting her? It's a difficult clasp.
Absolutely, boss. And he starts fiddling with it and looking at you, Hunter. Do you have a few moments to talk before you head out? I was waiting until you got up. He removes it.
Yep. Yeah, I got a couple of moments. Is this about the party someone's trying to book?
Well, it's a lot of things, sir. First of all, the exterminators that you ordered, they're here. They want to talk to you about all the stuff that they done did. Little Bubba's extermination service. Little Bubba's downstairs. And we have 2 people here. We have a Miss Diana Garland, quite a tall woman. She says she needs to talk to you about the party. And then we have a Brio Keeley downstairs as well.
Bree. Well, it's about time. How should we do this? Let's not.
Do you want me to handle the exterminators? I can do that.
Please do. I'll talk to the tall lady.
Have fun.
As you all descend down the staircase, the first person you see, Anthony, is Lil Bubba. He has been the exterminator for Pirate's Voyage for quite some time. He wears overalls with no shirt, and he has quite a large gut. And full beard and a trucker hat. And he comes over to you. Mr. Tulip, I done did the extermination a month ago, and I done did it again. I exterminate for fire ants, for palmetto bugs, for the German cockroaches. I don't know why y'all want me doing it again, but I'm happy to take the money.
Mr. Bubba, this
It's just Bubba. How many times do I have to tell you that, Anthony?
Bubba, this establishment has a rather high reputation. It would be disastrous if any of these insects were to be found by our clientele. We appreciate your hard work.
Of course, but I always take great care in what I do. I am very proud of my business.
Bubba, we do not doubt your expertise. Rather, we are so fond of your services that we would like to keep you. I guess the term retainer is not appropriate, but once a month, perhaps even more often, is...
I already do it once a month. That is standard in South Carolina.
Well then.
You know how many bugs we have here?
Would you consider once a week?
As long as you pay me the monthly rate once a week, absolutely. I'll be here every day if you want me to.
I'll bring it up with the boss. But for now, we would like you to do it once more. Oh, you finished tonight, my apologies.
I literally just finished, yeah.
Right.
About to head over to Hardee's, have me a burger.
Excellent. Would you come by again tomorrow and we can discuss business terms? Same
Certainly
time.
can.
Excellent. Thank you for your services.
He exits out, waddles out, if you will, out of the establishment, along with this team who was here exterminating every square inch of Pirate's Voyage.
Excellent.
When you ascend descend the stairs, Hunter, you see Miss Diana Garland. She no longer has a butterfly face, but she has no longer 8 feet tall or 2.5 meters tall. She's lowered herself to about 7 feet tall or just about 2 meters. Still a striking figure. And her face is very smooth, clean, angled lines that look like something out of a painting as opposed to something you would see in real life. And her dress is a very lovely Asian-inspired, Japanese-inspired kimono-style dress. And she extends her hand. Well, if it isn't Hunter Pierrot. Nice to see you again.
Madam Garland, it is a pleasure. I take her hand and I kiss it. I would love to see you at a party again. And I'm very happy to host.
Well, you should be. This is going to be a gala extraordinaire.
I don't doubt it.
Because I am planning it. Now, I need to know who of your staff I can talk to about my needs and my wants.
Well, my assistant here... Where'd she go?
Caden? Caden is behind you.
Kate, Caden, you sneak around. My assistant here, Caden, is at your beck and call. Of course, anything more serious or more discreet, then you'll have to call me. However, I'm sure this place will be to your liking by the date.
I'm sure it'll be to my liking as soon as I get started. And she loops her arm into yours and leads you slightly away from Caden. I can't tell if your little assistant there is on the take or not, but you should know this is going to be something special. There are kindred coming here all up and down the East Coast, not just Charlotte. You can expect, I dare say, 6 dozen kindred, at least.
Oh, well, that sounds like a fascinating party to me. Can I ask the occasion?
The prince is officially declaring praxis. And that's all you'll get out of me until the party. And
More
she
surprises.
she leans down to touch your nose.
Well, if everything is going to be to your liking, then I don't see what more help I can be this evening. I'm a very busy man.
I can tell. And I'm a very busy woman. And she goes back over to Caden and ruffles his hair as he's significantly shorter than her. And she says, "Okay, little fella, let's get started." As soon as Diana moves out of the way, Bree stands up from the small coat room where Caden had put her, angrily. "You said 3 nights, Hunter. It's been 3 nights. Where is Frankie?"
Frankie is who I'm going to see next. It's the 3rd night, and you will see him. I
Right
keep
now.
my promise. Right now?
Right now.
Get
Her
in
hair is disheveled. Looks like it's not cold this evening. You can tell it's about 66 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 degrees Celsius. And she's sweating a little bit. Her hair is sticking to her neck and her face.
What is it that you're expecting to do when you meet him?
That's none of your goddamn business.
You don't look so good.
I don't feel so good. I've been throwing up all day.
Yeah, so, we got some news for you.
I hope it's where Frankie is and that you're going to take me there right now. Other than that, I don't really care.
Maybe you go first.
I got some questions. I guess I could ask Frankie when we get there, but you know how long he's been the way he is? Vampire.
As long as I've known him, just about, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months.
She's not showing, is she? Like, there's no bump.
She's maybe 5 weeks along, as Galen determined.
Okay, yeah.
She might not know yet. Likely doesn't.
Well, I'm not gonna tell him, but I need to know if you've been hanging around with anyone else.
What are you asking me, Hunter?
Have you had sex with anyone that ain't him?
1, none of your goddamn business. 2, where's Frankie?
I'm going to turn on Daunt and exude an aura of intimidating fed-upness.
You activate Daunt, and suddenly the jovial, smooth, sexy Hunter disappears, and what is replaced is positively the avatar of fear. And Bree suddenly cannot look at you. She looks down immediately, and tears form below her eyes. What are you doing?
Look, I keep my promise, but you're gonna have to answer the question before we go anywhere.
No, I ain't slept with nobody but Frankie. Is that what you want?
I immediately drop the change in composure, and I go up to her, I take her hand, and I'm very sorry for this line of questioning.
How did you do that?
I have a
Frankie can't
very
do that.
intense stare.
Please, I just want to see him again.
And you
I love
will.
him.
That's good to hear. Come with me. And I go out to the car.
Well, what car you have available to you is your recently repaired Jeep. The windshield is no longer broken from when you all burnt down Bev's house. And it is spick and span and clean, and Caden has pulled it out to the front and left the keys in the visor. Who would like to drive?
Can I do something
Yes.
before we leave? I grab is there a piece of paper that I can grab somewhere in the entryway or something?
No, of course. There would be on the reception desk. There would definitely be notes.
Okay.
Notepad, excuse me.
I grab a note and I just write, "Thank you very much," because I hadn't had the time to say this to Caden. "Thank you very much, Caden. Astrid," and I draw a smiley face and I put it on the reception.
I'll make a note of that. Who would like to drive you all to the doctor's clinic?
Hunter can do it. We're not going fast.
As I've said, everything in Myrtle Beach runs in a straight line, but because it does so, the highways are not very wide, and traffic tends to be an issue. So dexterity and drive, Mr. Pirot.
Yeah. I make sure that obviously Anthony has everything sorted before we go.
Of course. Storyteller, I took the opportunity to do another rouse check because, of course, vicissitude requires that, and I passed.
Excellent. Thank you.
So, we are going to the doctor's then. Oh boy.
I only rolled 1 dice, so I've got more than that, I promise. That was weird. Okay, 2 successes instead of 0.
2 successes. I'm still trying to open Roll20. It's just a blank page for me. It won't open.
Weird.
I've had that happen before.
Yeah. 2 successes is definitely enough for you to pull out onto Route 17 and drive a straight shot. Take the exit off of Route 31. Take another exit to Route 9, which is where Dr. Somnus's clinic is. Is there anything you'd like to discuss on the way? Bree is just jittery. She's very excited to see Frankie again.
You know what I'd like to do? Blow up Pirate's Adventure.
What?
There's going to be a whole bunch of Camarilla kindred there, and I don't like them much, so a large fireball, I'm thinking.
How many Camarilla are we speaking of?
She said like 16, didn't she?
She said
16 or
6 dozen.
Oh, 6 dozen.
That's a lot.
She said, and I quote, "Kindred are coming not just from Charlotte, but from up and down the East Coast. Probably just for the night. Maybe not."
While I share your sentiment towards the Ivory Tower boss, I would just like to warn you that there is a high probability that some, probably quite a number of them, will survive an explosion like that. And having no one else to blame will most likely direct their anger in our direction. We are not dealing with mortals, unfortunately. Although, of course, there are ways to make such a fireball a little bit more lethal.
But also, isn't it your livelihood? Like, are you insured? Are you going to be okay?
Insured.
Well, technically, I'm not insured, but this guy I know, he's insured, and, well, technically I could get the cash out of him, but I'm not so worried about that. My livelihood is wherever I am.
Okay.
I've grown fond of Myrtle Beach, but if we need to leave, then we will leave.
Yeah, things are stacked against us, and if this were a game of cards, I would have left
Cheated.
the table with what I had. Well, yeah, cheated. It's a bit late for that.
Hunter, as you pull into the doctor's clinic, again, it is still dark. There is still that yellow post-it or yellow paper on the door, indicating for any clients to go elsewhere for an undetermined amount of time. But you have a key to his storm cellar, and you know where he'll be.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, though, if you want to allow Bree down there to see the state that you've kept Frankie in, and to do what you must do to solidify that bond.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say, Bree, stay in the car, and I'll bring him up to you.
All right. Alone out here, it's kind of spooky.
Well, you can wait in the thing. I check the door. He's still closed the place. I won't be long.
All right.
Should I wait with her?
Certainly can.
Do you want me to wait with her?
That's up to you. I'm sure she'd prefer it.
All right, I'll be here. Hello.
Great. Hunter and Anthony, do you head downstairs?
Astrid, do you have our number?
Yeah.
Text us if there's anything suspicious going on.
Yeah.
And if you see any insects.
Right.
In the car, but...
Yeah. No worries.
Why would there be insects in the car?
There were last
We're
time.
in South Carolina, there are always insects in the car. I hate insects.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Well, I don't know what your daddy taught you, but if there ain't eating in the car, and you don't leave nothing sticky in there, then the ants won't come in. Plus, fire ants, they like to live in the dirt.
That's what I keep telling my boss, but you know.
I eat
Y'all
whenever
don't
I'm
eat
hungry.
food.
Let's go.
It's fine.
I eat all sorts of things. Let's go inside.
So you head to the storm cellar. Galen, you hear the key turning in the lock. Do you go to the door to see who it is, or do you just assume it's someone you know?
I'd be in the process of, because we were planning on blowing up this place beforehand, right?
I don't know if you discussed it.
I think we
Pirates
did,
Adventure?
right? Yeah.
No.
No, no.
That was the first time I
Not
mentioned
Pirates
it.
Adventure. I thought we were. Oh,
Sunrise
Pirates Adventure.
Cruise.
I thought the Sunrise Cruise. I'd be preparing for that by getting like all the oxygen tanks I had in the facility down here. Because the veterinarian
Sunrise
office.
Cruise?
I thought we were going to blow up the Sunrise Cruise, right?
We're going there to talk with a person.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
you wanted
Should
to
I-
blow it up. I don't know.
Yeah. Should I load up the oxygen tanks or leave them here for later?
What are you gonna do with oxygen tanks?
Well, you know, pure oxygen, rather flammable,
I did not
explosive.
know that.
In fact, if you wanted to blow something up or burn something down, I don't think there's anything better for the job than a shit ton of oxygen tanks.
That's good to know. Well, we might be needing them, but for the boat, I don't.
I would strongly advise against bringing
Your
that.
advice, Anthony.
Right. So,
Your decision.
if you don't mind, I'm gonna see to my my promises, and I go over to the cage with the thin blood in it.
Frankie is awake this time. When he looks at you, doesn't seem to look agitated or concerned. Looks at you almost like he's looking at a friend. He's confused about this feeling he's having. He's like, hey, I remember you.
Yeah,
How's it going?
that's okay. You're looking a little peckish.
I am.
Has the doctor fed you?
Yeah, some of his blood, but just a little bit.
Mine's much better. You should try it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put some in a cup, clean cup, obviously, and then hand it to him.
Make me one rest check.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit different than just letting some dribble in his unconscious mouth.
Okay.
Still 2?
Yeah, I'm still at 2.
All right. He takes it, drinks it greedily, as he did with Galen's blood. And when he looks at you now, it's almost affection. It's almost like you're kindred spirits. Hey, I really appreciate this. Thank you. Thank you so much. Is there anything you can do to get me out of this cage? You seem like a guy who knows how to get things done.
I'll hand him the key.
Thank you very much. And I unlock the cage.
Wow, thank you. I mean, this guy wouldn't let me out for anything. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
I pull in some favors sometimes.
Is there anything I can do to repay you? Thing I can do for you?
I got something I need you to promise.
Anything.
You're gonna keep your girlfriend safe. She's upstairs.
Bree?
Yeah.
I wouldn't call her my girlfriend, but I've been seeing her.
Well, you're gonna stick with her. She feels quite strongly about you, and I'm fond of her. So you two stick together and make sure you both stay in Myrtle Beach.
Anything. You got it. I'll get a better place, and I don't know what to do about my drug. The doc and all of you guys kind of disrupted my drug thing, so I don't really have a job, but I'll figure something out and get us a nice place, and yeah, I'll take care of her. Anything you want.
Good. Hey, you don't happen to know who you were working for?
I wasn't working for anybody.
It was you?
Yeah, the red tender sugar, that's me. I came up with it, and I showed a bunch of my the other thin bloods.
And they showed everyone else, and then...
Well, that's sort of how we do stuff, yeah. I don't know where the black one came from, but it's caused a lot of problems. That's what the doc says anyway.
Yeah, I think I know where it comes from. You don't want to mess with it. And make sure... She's probably gonna ask you a lot, but make sure she doesn't have any more of that tender sugar.
Oh, Bree, she wasn't on it ever.
Ever?
No.
Well, that is surprising.
She's kind of she ain't one of us, but she's kind of broken. She's got a bad family life, and her mom died, and I don't know. I think she just sort of wanted some different adventure or just rebellion. I'm not really, there's a kind of an age difference between us. She's 19 and I'm like 26. So I think she just wanted something different.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take you both upstairs, and I got some news for you.
Okay.
And I leave with him.
Mm-hmm. Anthony and Galen, do you leave as well, or do you stay down there? Is there anything?
Anthony.
For the record, Hunter and Anthony, you do not see Victoria here. You know she went with Galen, but she's not here.
Well, she's free to go wherever she wants.
Anthony, if you wouldn't mind, I have a tool for you in case you need it, and I'll hand him a needle full of vampire drugs. It's quite potent and quite effective.
Remind me, Doctor, how does this work?
Stick it in them, they'll drop. If someone's about to feed from you, stick it in yourself.
And they'll drop, and I will drop.
Yes. Again, it's rather potent.
All right. Thank you. I'll keep it in mind. Oh. Thank you, Doctor.
Absolutely. Shall we? And I'll gesture to the door.
After you.
I'll leave.
A point of order. Theodric, are you just going to leave him here?
What did I promise about Theodric? Shit.
As far as I'm aware, you just wanted to keep him away from Astrid.
Yeah, that's hard. I'll put some, food in his cage and some water, but for now he's gonna stay until we have Astrid's situation fully sorted.
Understood. So Anthony and Galen, Hunter and Frankie all exit the laboratory. When Bree sees Frankie, she hops out of the Jeep and runs into his arms. And as you instructed him to take care of her and be good to her, he picks her up, he smiles, and he says, "Oh, baby, I missed you so much. Oh, I can't believe it." Very joyful reunion, at least from Bree's end, it's genuine, you think.
A happy reunion. I've kept my promise. And as such, Doctor, you understand a bit more about this and their situation than I do, so,
What situation? What are you talking about?
She's pregnant.
I'm pregnant?
You are pregnant.
But I can't be. Is vampires, y'all can't, Frankie said y'all can't. Y'all can't make babies.
Well, you are, so... Well, I'll leave this up to you two to discuss.
She looks at Frankie. Frankie looks just as dumbfounded. Turns to you, Hunter. I thought we were dead.
that's the traditional, wisdom. But you're someone else. You two
Yes.
have...
Oh, is this because I'm not thick-blooded like you?
Big button.
There's nothing different otherwise.
Holy shit. Well, what do we do? What's it gonna be?
I don't know. Anyone here know?
Well,
I would love to observe, well, later on when it's around.
Will you be my doctor?
I'm generally trained in veterinary medicine, but can't be too different.
I don't know. Watch a YouTube video or something. At least you're a doctor.
I'm confident I can handle it. For free, of course, as I am doing this for, I guess you could say, scientific purposes.
All right.
Whatever it is going to happen and whatever's going to be and the doctor situation, first you got to make sure you're okay, though, because if you guys don't, take care of each other, and if you don't fix the situation and, try to stay safe, you're not going to get there to begin with.
Honestly, I'm more afraid it's going to eat its way out of me. What if it's a little vampire in there?
Well,
Then we'll have a problem.
I doubt that. Vampires aren't born, they're made. So...
But vampires also don't make babies, and yet there's a baby in me.
I don't know what to tell you.
Well, if you're honest that you haven't... Well, I wasn't there for that conversation, Emma.
It might just be a normal kid, too, because, yeah.
That's what I would hope for. Just a normal kid.
This is a lot.
You got some decisions to make, both of you. But, whatever you decide, you can come to me for help.
Okay. Thank you, Hunter, for keeping your promise.
I know I had another promise for you, and I'm willing to keep it, but I don't know what it would do to a kid.
I don't think that's such a good idea anymore.
Well,
I'm terrified, but also kind of excited. Could be something really cool or really bad, but I gotta wait to find out.
you have somewhere safe?
Yeah, I'll take her back to my apartment, and I'll start looking for a new place for us to live and a job, I guess. I can go out during the day.
Well, damn. Good.
Good on you.
I give them both my number. First sign of something weird. There are a lot of people that would want what you have. Let me know.
And if you need anywhere to hide, that will be secure, you can use my lab. However, please, for the love of God, Do not make any tender sugar.
Like I told Hunter, tender sugar, the one coming from me, I've been selling it long before I ever met you guys, and it would never caused a problem.
Yeah.
Whoever's making the black one, that's only been on the market for like maybe a month.
Yeah, we need to have a conversation about that.
Well, if you're
with me?
going...
No, you two can skedaddle whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I'll baby, you got a Uber? Get Uber over here. And Bree goes on her phone.
Listen, Frankie.
Hey, Astrid. How you doing? He hugs you.
She seems reluctant at first, but then she hugs him again. Look, you're a cool guy. If you're gonna be a dad, clean the fuck up, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Do it as a favor to me, please. And whether I'm alive, whether I'm dead, it doesn't matter, okay? Just make sure your family's fine. And
Can I talk to you for a second, Astrid? Hunter, you can come because I don't know. I think you're like really cool, so you can totally come. But can I talk to you alone?
Sure.
Hunter, do you follow them?
Yes, I don't say anything though. I'm just standing there silently.
I got to talk to you about Saul. Have you seen him?
No.
He ain't the same no more, Astrid. He thought
What
you
do you
died.
mean?
He thought you died, and after Halloween, when he came back, he's just not the same anymore. He was grief-stricken. He was doing things that Saul would never do, hurting people, killing people. Losing you messed something up inside of him. I helped him learn how to make the drugs.
Oh.
I helped him learn how to do what we do. The alchemy. And then he disappeared. I think if you can, you should try and find him.
That's really weird, because he knew I didn't die. That's the thing. So I don't know why he told you. I mean, I did die, I suppose, as much
From what the doctor told me, he said the other night, he said a friend of his had his memories tampered with. Maybe
Right.
Saul's was too.
Right. That checks out.
So he thinks you're dead, and he's just not the same. He scared me.
What?
Thinks he was doing. Astrid, he was killing people, drinking them completely dry. He said he was getting revenge for what happened to you. He was specifically looking to get revenge on some, I don't even know, a cult.
Uh-huh. Okay.
That's all he said.
And did he didn't leave you, did he say anything at all? Does anything else come to mind? Like, I've been trying to find him for all this time, and it's been really difficult. Impossible, practically.
I haven't seen him in a month. At least.
Okay. But he's been killing people, so I suppose this...
He was, when I saw him after Halloween.
Right.
He was really messed up. Losing you messed him up. Bad.
Okay. Thanks.
I just thought you should know.
Well, here's the thing. If he comes back to you, don't tell him anything, okay? Because if he's not right in the head right now, for whatever reason, I don't want him to do something to you, All right, so you can tell him that you can just tell him that you've not met me or whatever you think works best, because it just
Let me be honest with you, Astrid. If he showed up on my front door, I'd close it, lock it, get me and Bree out of there, and run as fast as we could.
okay.
Saul's not Saul anymore.
Right. Here's a question. How much do you know, like, do you know what's the difference ingredients in the black tender sugar? No.
I don't know.
You know.
The doc said he looked at it.
Mm-hmm. Well, just
I
be
didn't teach
careful.
anyone to make them black. I don't know how they made them black. Blood is red. I don't know how they came out black. I don't get it.
It's odd. We'll figure it out. But in the meantime, dude, you're gonna be a dad. Figure it out, okay? Because it's not just you anymore. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So, just that's the last favor I'm gonna ask you, okay?
You can always ask me favors, Astrid.
Don't say it like that. I know you mean well, but don't. Just be okay, right? Because it's just there's a lot happening. I'm not mentally here either in the way I used to be, but not in the way that Soul isn't. If that makes sense, I'm fine. I'm not gonna go do that shit that I like. That's not gonna happen. So you don't gotta worry about that.
Good to know. The Uber pulls into the parking lot. Well, that's my ride. I guess me and Bree will see you later, Doc.
Take care. Be safe, make good choices, all that fun stuff.
Mr. Pirro, thank you again for getting me out of the cage and helping me and stuff.
Not a problem. Stay in touch.
Absolutely. They get into the car. And they drive off.
Frankie. Oh,
Yeah, he's in the car, rolls the window down. Yeah.
I left your equipment in your apartment. I would recommend you sell it or hide it.
Okay. He puts the window back up. Car drives away.
As soon as they drive away, I go, I think Soul is making the tender sugar.
Well, that's no good, because... And I switch to the cryptolect that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to the...
Yeah.
Thanks to the doctor. His, what is that, sire, lady love? Anyway, he was distracting her, and, well, whatever came out of her mouth certainly wasn't a bluff. But in the same breath, she mentioned both the location of the Second Inquisition and people who are making this tender sugar. And I was thinking, how does one take out a vampire? Who don't like vampires? Who would this help? I have come to the conclusion that those two things came out of her mouth at the same time because they are the same thing. And if they got thin bloods, well...
Perhaps they've given them the promise that they'll look into turning them human once more. Considering their thin bloods,
Yeah,
they might think that's possible.
there's a fine line there, but if this thin blood has had their memory messed with, I think we know who holds all the cards here.
Yeah.
I think I'm doing this in cryptolect. So, I signed that.
As long as you are alone and there's no other person around you, I would say you're always using Cryptolect.
Yeah. I gesture and I say, well, I think Grayson. It's got to do with Grayson and with my sire. They are in the middle of this.
Yeah.
For sure, in one way or another. I don't think Soul could be the one manipulating memories, but I could see that being the case from their end in one way or another. I don't know exactly how.
For a point of clarification, Isaiah did say it was the Baron who messed with his memories. It's not a leap to say that she messed with Saul's memories as well. As you recall, Astrid, although you were in shock, you were moments embraced. Dean was negotiating with the Baron. What they were negotiating and why, you don't know. But likely that was part of the deal.
I don't mean for anyone to feel like we've not got much of a chance, but if anyone has any bright ideas, aside from going to this boat, I'm all ears. I've got nothing more than you do.
I fear that you and I are in the same boat. No pun intended. Seriously, no pun intended.
I know you. You ain't got no sense of humor. I wouldn't think of it.
So, you could go to the old airbase, right? See if we could find Dean, get some information out of him.
It would be dangerous, but yeah.
Well, we got this off for what it's worth.
Mm-hmm.
Good. It's good.
Very good.
Well, we gotta get to the boat before midnight. If there's
So we
anything anyone wants
Perhaps
to
do that first.
Yeah.
Well,
Is the decision to go to the boat, the
I
Sunrise
suppose it
Cruise,
is.
or to go to the airbase?
We have until midnight, so we can go to the airbase afterwards if we're not absolutely destroyed.
Either could go really badly, that's the thing.
Boat is time sensitive, though, so I think it should be our priority.
What are we expecting to find there? Aside from G.
Well, the matchbox that Isaiah found was from the Sunrise Cruise. It's a lead. It's not much.
Anthony. Wits investigation or intelligence investigation, whichever is higher for you.
We'll go with wits.
I got into the roll 20, by the way.
Nice. Is the success is going to... Actually, I will use a point of willpower. And
Yes, everyone should have recovered their willpower, by the way.
yes, I will reroll 3 of them.
Especially those who slept in the same vicinity as Anthony.
That is 4 successes.
4 successes. It is likely, based on the information that Astrid has just received, that she believes Saul is making this tender sugar, that Hunter believes that the SI is involved somehow in this tender sugar, and that this matchbox that was found from a person who was taking blood out of these comatose people who were victims of this cult. It would not be a great stretch to believe that perhaps the manufacturing of the tender sugar is taking place on this boat.
I'll bring the oxygen tanks just in case.
You do you, Doctor.
It could also be where those thin bloods are.
Birds one stone.
I would just urge caution.
Don't worry, I'm not going to stroll in there with oxygen tanks.
I wasn't going to assume that. But this G is not a member of the Ivory Tower, and they are not a member of the Anarchs, as far as I'm aware.
I'm supposed to be an anarch, but, well.
They are most likely Hikata, and they have enough money to keep most of the local police on their payroll, allegedly.
Could everyone outside of Astrid make me either intelligence and politics or intelligence and occult roll? Whichever's higher for you.
I can do that as well.
Yes, everyone outside of Astrid. Unfortunately, Astrid would have little to no knowledge of Hikata. Likely, she's never heard the term before.
Right.
But she does seem to suddenly, feel faint a little bit.
Too.
And she, leans against the car quickly.
Feel faint?
Faint, yeah. It's like she seems to be thinking really hard about something.
Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed, exactly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
2.
1.
Anthony and Hunter, having been involved with G, albeit not directly, indirectly, just the horrible way he has treated Hunter in the media. You know that the Hikata, if he is such, is not an anarch, not Ivory Tower. They are their own family, their own clan. It's not quite clear. Their own faction. There's something strange about them, and both of you would know that the Hikata were here in Myrtle Beach long before Baron Lencho trundled into town in the early 2000s. This was all Hikata, or Giovanni, specifically.
Considering the fact that they are not finding any interest in joining either of these factions, one could presume that they are strong enough not to have to. So any kind of threats or damage we cause to G's establishment may cause them to suddenly decide that they should take a more hands-on approach in how they're dealing with us in the future. Just a
very real risk.
Concern.
Well, I don't like him, so I'm almost willing to take the risk. Can we bring them anyway?
You're the boss.
Yeah, but you're supposed to stop me from doing stupid stuff. Sorry, Astrid.
No, you go first.
we just look at each other like... Seems like we're doing
This endeavor that you're all undertaking is, at least in the last few nights, is the most unknown to all of you. None of you know much about Hikata, or about G, or about the Sunrise Cruise, or about Tender Sugar. Whatever you're going to walk into is going to be too many unknowns for any of you to feel comfortable. But as you pile back into the car, drive to the marina, it is not far from Galen's clinic, the Little River Marina. We are going to take a short break.
Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you're enjoying. Go take a stretch, take a drink, and we will be back in a few minutes. Hello everyone, welcome back to Blood on the Grand Strand. And we're about to get ourselves in trouble. Huddy, take it away.
Certainly are, Josh. When we last left off, the coterie finished some unfinished business with Bree and Frankie. They decided they wanted to go ahead with this plan to go to the Sunrise Cruise to see if they could discover anything more about this tender sugar, this black tender sugar that is plaguing Myrtle Beach. And as they leave Galen's clinic, who is driving?
I guess I'll do it.
Uh-oh.
Dex drive.
It's a family of one.
It is a very short distance to the marina.
So don't
Let's
botch.
hope I actually get all the dice this time. Hey, 2. Oh,
Exactly what you. What?
Sorry, while I'm looking at my character sheet, I have 1 superficial damage.
Astrid does as well. It has not been healed. I will say, you don't have to do it this way. In my games, if you suffer only 1 superficial damage, I usually allow that to be healed in your day sleep. Anything farther than that, I require the blood to be roused. But we can do it any way you like.
I want to be healthy.
You can rouse the blood, or we can say that 1 superficial damage was healed in your day sleep.
I don't know. What do you think, Gitsu?
Yeah, let's. It was an intense night of feel-good cuddling, so yeah, let's go.
Power of cuddles.
Certainly.
There we go. It's healed.
Okay. And please heal yours as well, Astrid.
Thank you.
As you drive, it's a very short distance. You need to drive off of Route 9 and down a dirt road to get to where the marina is. And as you pull in, you see a lot of boats docked, private boats that people own, some fishing boats, commercial boats, but not many. Fishing is along the river is not common here. The only type of fish you would get along the river are bottom feeders, like catfish, which are very popular, but they only really taste good if you fry them in a lot of batter, and therefore don't yield a lot of money. But what you do see is at Dock 13, which has a large sign on it that says, "Wait here for sunrise cruise," there's about 10, maybe 15 people waiting. They're excited. They're dressed for partying. Some of the women are wearing shorter dresses, sparkly dresses. The men are not wearing suits, but they're dressed rather similarly to Hunter. They're wearing a button-up top. They have gel in their hair, and they're looking pretty excited. And you can park fairly close to Dock 13, and you can wait for the cruise to pull in and load on its passengers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you all exit out of the vehicle and make your way to the dock?
Yeah, I drag a very heavy oxygen tank with me.
The people give you strange looks to see you carrying this.
We're all okay. I guess we're all carrying oxygen tanks now.
Are any of you bringing your weapons with you?
Yeah.
Anthony, you do not have a gun. Galen also not. You have a tranquilizer gun. Hunter and Astrid, you both have 9mm, and Astrid, you have a lovely dagger with an amethyst in it. You are muted, by the way.
I was thinking, how can I? Is there any way that I can disguise those if I get patted down? Like, can I put it under my boobs into the bra or something?
You can certainly hide it somewhere on your person. Hiding it in your bra probably wouldn't work. It's a little too large, and that would just be a little uncomfortable.
Astrid,
Yeah.
if you want to, I can hide it.
Okay. I could probably put the dagger in my boot.
I can guarantee you that they won't find it.
Are you gonna stick it up some objectionable place? I'm just curious. Don't answer that. Sure. Here, I give them both.
Okay.
Where do you put it, Anthony?
You may not want to look at this. I turn around and I unbutton my shirt and I just open up a cavity in my chest, fleshcrafting, and I deposit them in there.
I need you to make a roll for that.
Of course. First of all, a rouse check.
Mm-hmm.
Pass.
I do not require as many successes as your normal routine.
5 successes.
But you managed it
Critical
anyway.
success.
Almost without thinking about it. He lifts up his shirt There's already a cavity open. Galen, it's very interesting. You can see all the inner workings of a kindred. What's strange is that there's no blood flowing. There's no organs pumping or moving. They look dead and in stasis in his body. As a medical professional, it is at the very least fascinating.
Seeing
Not
anything you
disturbing.
like, Doc?
I don't think any of it would be viable considering how long it's been dead, but I suppose they would be perfectly functional if you were to not be dead.
No. Storyteller, if I may ask, with a success like that, would it be possible to make it so that they would be accessible without another use of vicissitude?
I would say you could leave a
little
slit open.
A little flash button.
Perfect. This is why I don't use this very often.
Damn you, Josh.
Sorry.
This is why I don't show you this, boss. You make these crude jokes.
If you're gonna do crude things.
Very well. Dealt with. I'll just say I have a brace in my leg if they're wondering. I'm assuming that if they have metal detectors, which I don't know if they do.
Well, you don't have to wait long to find out. Before you see the boat, you hear the music. It is a popular 70s disco band playing a song about taking chances. And it pulses, and the crowd gets very animated and excited. One of the women even lets out a woo before it arrives. Now, all of you may make this roll as you see this boat approach. But Hunter specifically, I need a wits and technology roll, and please add 2 modifier to it. With your specific background, it is highly likely you, at the very least, rode on these types of boats or worked on them in your mortal life. Everyone else may also make a wits and technology roll as you see a massive steamboat pull into port towards the dock. It has a large paddle on the back, and you can see the steam rising out of the smokestacks. It is 4 levels, at least, from cursory glance. And the speakers, loud foghorn-like speakers, are on the top, blaring this music, like a disco on the water.
It is very impressive.
That is a boat, certainly. I rolled no successes.
Galen, you have never been on you don't even know if you've ever seen a steamboat in person before. Hunter.
And it sure is floating.
That is a massive. Is anyone else like to roll? As Hunter rolled 6 successes.
8, because I got a.
Is that a?
I got a messy crit.
Hunter rolled. Is that a messy crit? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Hunter. You see this boat as it approaches. As I said.
It doesn't have to be a messy crit. It doesn't have to be. No, he has 3
No,
10s.
it doesn't. It's right. You have 3 10s. Hunter.
I do have 3 10s.
So technically it's a critical and then just a 10 on a blood die. You are familiar with these type of boats. You may have worked on some. You've definitely, it is a very popular way to travel in the South for tourist reasons and sometimes just getting around to different cities. You see the steam coming out of the smokestacks, and you know where that would come from, generally, from the engine room, which would be on the lower level. What's strange, and only you notice this, is on the lowest level, the one closest to the surface of the water, there's other smokestacks, smaller ones, letting out steam from there. There is no reason at all for that to be there. And yet.
I think we know where we're manufacturing the tender sugar.
Yep.
You did not see this.
Oh, yeah,
Just Hunter
shit.
has seen this.
Waiting for Hunter to tell me.
I am 100% sure we've figured everything out at this point. We just don't know what to do with it. What it
As the
means.
boat pulls in, the music is so loud, the dock is shaking. The plank comes down. It is mechanical. This, Hunter, is a much more modern steamboat that you've ever been on. Two gentlemen come out with wands to detect metal. As well as where the plank came down, there is another metal detector, one you must walk through. Who is holding oxygen?
How big are they?
They're proper tanks, so it would probably be wise to leave them. So I won't be holding oxygen if they've got guards and...
They're not like the little canisters that
little.
you put on wheelchairs.
These are surgical tanks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I'd leave it in the
could
car.
sink the boat, but they should be left in the car.
I'll leave it in the car then.
So, Galen, you hustle back to the car, it's not far, and put those tanks in as the rest of the guests get their wands waved over them and they head through the metal detector. Who would like to go in first?
I'm going to leave my tranquilizer gun, too. I can probably pass off the needles as being a medical professional, but a tranquilizer gun's always going to be a little sus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give the needle back to the doctor before I go, because less likely I will get away with it.
Let me ask it this way. Who is going back to the car with all of these things? Galen, please make me a dexterity stealth.
Ah, fuck.
How suspicious you are being.
Okay, I'm not terrible at this. Only one success.
You are definitely being overtly suspicious. Anthony, Hunter, and Astrid, you see this. If you would like to try and distract the guards from noticing how obvious he's being, you can.
Yeah.
I'm literally a walking... I'm filled with metal right now, so I'll just go up and go through and catch the attention of the...
That's an excellent distraction. These two men, they don't look right. They're wearing sunglasses, as you are. Something's not right about the color of their skin. You can tell that instantly. These mortals, they're too excited to go on the boat. You're not excited to go on this boat. But they wave the wand around you, and it stops over the metal. And he looks at you. A third person walks down, someone who looks quite ordinary, says, "Sir, there is whatever's in your pocket, you gotta take it out."
There's a metal plate in my back. I was in Iraq. But certainly.
He presses on the earpiece, turns away from you, and whispers,
You're free to check me, of course, if you want.
"We thank you for your service. Proceed."
Blick.
Who would like to go next?
Hunter's going.
Hunter, do you have your
Yes.
gun on? Waves it around. Detects the gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna try...
Sir, there's no metal allowed on the boat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I take off some of my rings. That better?
Check them again.
I'm gonna distract them.
Do not forget, you also have to go through the metal detector.
Oh, balls,
you have
I
to walk
do.
through it.
Would you believe I'm an Iraq War veteran, too?
I have a plate in my ass. Crap.
With the second wave, he would ask you to empty your pockets. He would hold out a dish for it. Or a box.
Oh man, this is the worst.
Could have had a flesh pocket, but no.
Could have put everything in his flesh pocket.
Just oxygen tanks. He's walking around super
Anthony
stiff.
clanking.
Not quite that. Oh, man.
Okay. I guess I hand over the gun. I got nothing.
You place it down.
Yeah.
Again, this is the United States. So someone walking around with a gun is not strange. A 9mm is a weapon that wouldn't cause any suspicion if you had a license to carry a concealed weapon. So you put it in the box, and he writes something on it, hands it to you, and puts a tag on the box.
Perfect. Thank you
Have a
very
wonderful
much.
night.
I move on.
Astrid, did you give your gun back to Galen, or do you have it with you?
I gave it to Anthony.
You gave your knife to Anthony.
And my gun.
And her gun. Excellent. So they wave you down. They, of course, detect the metal in your nose, but they can see what it is, so they don't have an issue with it. And you're allowed to walk on. Galen, you return from the car.
They're doing very suspicious things.
Yeah. Are you carrying anything on you?
Yeah.
They wave over it, and of course they'll detect the metal on the needles.
Yeah. I'll
do you have a doctor's license?
I do. Well, a veterinarian's license, but yeah.
Well, there are no animals on this boat, sir.
Unfortunately, I'm carrying insulin for a friend of mine, the Iraq War veteran you just passed through.
Do you have any proof that you are you are a veterinarian?
Yeah, of course I do.
Why would you have proof of carrying insulin for someone? He is not an animal.
Insulin is insulin.
Why wouldn't he be carrying it
from
himself? You can try and roll charisma and persuasion, or manipulation and persuasion.
Okay, let's see what's better. Manipulation, persuasion is way better, so let's do that.
And I'll roll against it.
Oh, god damn it.
You have willpower to spend?
It's hunger dice. So not on this, I don't.
Sir, if you want to get on this boat, you're gonna have to leave your bag behind.
Fine, here you go. I'll hand it over.
Does the same thing. Puts a tag on it, hands it to you. You can get this when you leave. Enjoy the casino. As you all enter into the boat, the plank goes up, and you hear this heavy burst of steam come out of the smokestack. Practically rumbles. And the paddle starts moving again, and it begins its journey down the Waccamaw. Inside the floor that you enter in, Hunter, it's horrible. There's a disco ball. The cocktail waitresses are on roller skates.
On a boat? That's brave.
The dealers, or the croupiers, are wearing fluorescent bow ties.
Ugh.
And the only music you hear is stuff that you would hear in Saturday Night Fever. And I need you to make a willpower roll to see if you do not involuntarily or involuntarily punch the nearest slot machine.
Willpower roll, you say?
Your unspent willpower and no blood dice.
Okay. Well, fortunately, Hunter has some self-control. 4 successes.
More than enough. All of you see Hunter's fist ball and get tight, the rings around it, but he doesn't hit anything. Would you like to, all of you, make me a wits and awareness roll?
Okay. Not bad.
3.
4 for me.
Sorry, I need to look at a rule really quickly. For no reason at all.
Uh-oh.
I'm kind of gravitating around Hunter like a helicopter parent, trying to make sure that he doesn't cause a fuss.
You just hear him muttering under his breath, like, "That's so tacky. This is disgusting."
Oh, yes, I agree with you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you saw what it was like. Yeah, it's
Swedish pop music is it's travesty.
Astrid, is that 2 successes? You're muted.
I believe so. Yes.
Yes.
2 successes.
Galen, with 4 successes, the very first thing you see is someone carrying something. They do not look like any of the other patrons. They don't look like any of the other workers. They look kind of dingy. They're wearing ripped jeans and a wife beater. And they're carrying a bundle of yellow jasmine, the state flower of South Carolina, and one of the ingredients of tender sugar.
Yeah.
You would have to make a beeline to try and keep up with them, because they are quite far away.
Can you all control yourselves if I obfuscate?
well, it's not that impressive.
You know what I mean. But I'll assume you can.
We'll find
Rouse
out.
check.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, success.
Success. Everyone's keeping a tight lid on their beast so far. And you're using Unseen Passage, is that correct?
Yes, then I will follow.
You see Galen walk behind all of you, and you don't see him walk back around the other side. You assume, Galen, that that was enough cover, that no one else can see you. As you know, obfuscate is more of a mental manipulation than actually turning invisible. And you follow him. Please make me, let's say, wits and awareness to see if you can maintain awareness of where he's going. Anthony and Hunter, with 3 successes,
Okay, I'm gonna spend a willpower there.
you see G. He's behind the bar, chatting up, or they are behind the bar, excuse me, chatting up one of the security detail who was outside. They seem to be berating him. And Anthony, as I told you, they don't look right, this muscly security detail. Hunter, you see this as well. Astrid, with 2 successes, you see someone you know
Oh
who
no.
is sitting at a slot machine. Blonde hair, very pretty and young. She was your coworker when you got a job at the motel when Saul told you that he was staying here in Myrtle Beach. It's Harmony. She's in the back towards one of the port doors that would lead out to the deck, but you can see her plainly. Hunter and Anthony, what do you do?
How do we play this?
We could always suggest that we're in the business of maybe, selling out to the highest bidder. We've accepted that we're not going to win this, ready to leave town, something like that.
A way into a big party with a lot of kindred?
Certainly.
It might work. But what do we want? Do we want him to stop? And,
I was thinking more the line that we've heard that they're in the business of selling drugs. We know when we're beat. Come crawling on our stomachs, begging for scraps. Works more often than you think.
Well,
Especially someone who's made a business out of berating you publicly. Seems to have something up their craw about you.
yeah. Okay. We'll give it a go.
Is your intention to approach G, who's behind the bar?
Yeah.
And Anthony, you're going to follow?
I will follow behind, yes.
Astrid, what is your intention? You're muted, by the way.
Have I been left alone? Are we still together?
Galen has left, has obfuscated. You do not see him. You could try if you like. Hunter and Anthony are heading towards the bar to speak with this person you assume is G.
I get Hunter by the sleeve. I tug at his sleeve and go like, there's a person I know over there. Or that used to know me while, before I, became what I am.
Oh, you gonna talk to him? Why are they here?
I could try.
Well, as long as you don't get in any trouble, we're not going far. Do you have your stuff?
No, Anthony has it. But I should be fine. I'll be fine. I'll just go over there to the door and I point. I mime where she is by the door.
As I said, if you are speaking together, you are using your cryptolect.
Okay, well, let me know if you need a hand.
I'll be
there's
fine.
Too much I don't know here, so.
Yeah, I'll just go say hi, see what happens.
You're going to head over to Harmony.
Yeah.
Galen, with 4 successes, I believe. Is that 4?
Yep, that is
Yep.
4.
With 4 successes, you very easily can maintain awareness of where this, you assume is a thin blood, is going. You follow him down the stairs, and as soon as you get down there, you know immediately this is the floor the engine room is on. It's extraordinarily loud. Please make me another wits and awareness roll to maintain awareness where he is going.
Okay.
Hunter and Anthony, as you approach the bar, you see G. G, now, although both of you may have seen them at some point while living here in Myrtle Beach, they don't look like what you would expect. They look almost Botticelli painting in nature. They have a beautiful face, very pale skin, blonde hair, and they look like they belong on the cover of some sort of fashion magazine as opposed to running an illegal and, from what you can tell, Hunter, extraordinarily profitable casino. They see you approach, and a very large smile cracks that porcelain-like exterior. Well, if it isn't Hunter Pirot, what dragged you onto my ship?
Good evening, G. And as soon as Hunter starts talking to G, he starts acting like Anthony suggested, like he's a little bit down on his luck. Like he's
A little bit downtrodden,
yeah,
a
like
little bit
he's
down in the dumps.
here to ask something and he doesn't want to be. That sort of thing. Gee, it's so nice to see you.
Don't bullshit a bullshitter, Hunter.
Right. Nice place you got here.
I know. came all this way to tell me that. And I don't know you. Maybe I do. Who are you?
Anthony Tulip. Mr. Hunter's assistant.
What, did you lose a bet?
Why?
The name.
What about my name?
It's hilarious. Belongs in a crossword puzzle. Hunter, what are you doing here? If this is some sort of ploy to try and... what are you wearing, a wire?
You know, there's no space here for wires. Well, I know that you've got your operation, and I'm at a certain crossroads in my place in Myrtle Beach. What I'm asking for here is a little help. I know you've put a product out, and it's caused a lot of problems for me, and I was wondering if we could work together to figure something out.
Let's go talk in my office. He walks around the bar. The large security detail walks with an odd gait after him, as well as two other security details who walk rather normally. And you enter into G's office, which is just behind the bar. Astrid, as soon as you start approaching Harmony, she stands up and she heads out of the port door to the deck. You don't think she saw you? It's hard to tell. She wasn't looking up. She seemed quite focused on her slot machine. Do you follow her?
Carefully?
Carefully in what way?
Well,
Quietly?
I quietly, but also like I try to, before I commit to going through any doors, I try to like push the door and check first, in that sense of carefully.
When you open the door, even just a crack, see there's nothing out there. The music is much louder out there, coming from the speaker on top of the boat, but there's no one out on the deck, and she appears to just be walking towards the edge, towards the railing, on the starboard side.
I call out to her. I would go like, Harmony, is that you?
She turns around. Astrid?
I thought I saw you. Man, it's been so long.
Come outside. I needed some air. It's way too stuffy in there.
Okay.
Do you follow her outside?
Yeah. Oh boy. This is a bad decision, isn't it? Yeah, she carefully comes out. What's wrong? You okay?
As you approach her, you see this strange glaze come over her eyes, like a veil has suddenly been lifted. And she looks around. Astrid? Where are we? And from behind you, you feel a presence. When you turn around, it is Grayson. Galen, as you are heading down the engine room, I need you to make one more wits and awareness roll.
Got it. Okay, you know, I'm gonna spend a willpower there. Rolling 2 dice.
And I also need you to make me a wits and obfuscate roll.
Okay. Oh wait, no, that's just obfuscate. Wait a minute. Let me. Wait, did I hit a rouse check? Uh-oh.
You succeeded?
Yeah, well, I succeeded at an accidental rouse check. Here we go. Okay, that's not great, not terrible.
You see the young man carrying the bundle of flowers head down the stairs to another level. And as you go to follow him, the Nosferatu, the goon belonging to Bethany, appears in front of you.
Fuck.
And he is going to stab you with a very large sword.
Oh, fuck.
You can dodge.
I will certainly try. Oh no,
It's quite a bit of melee dice.
Okie doke, let's see.
Dexterity
Dex
and
athletics. Yeah, that's not... Here goes nothing.
Oh, my hand.
That's a pretty good roll for, that's actually a very good roll for what I have, but...
That's an excellent roll.
Yeah.
He rolled 5 successes.
Yeah, yep, saw that one coming.
He stabs you, and I need you to take 2 superficial damage. Unless you have fortitude, do you have anything?
I do have 2 dots in fortitude.
You do have 2 dots in fortitude, but do you have
resilience.
Toughness?
No, I have resilience, so
Okay,
add
that's
fortitude to health.
That's already applied.
Okay, yeah, so...
So he stabs you right in the center of your stomach. Take 1 superficial damage.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going, 2 superficial damage. You don't have toughness. And he's going to push you and stick you into the side of the boat, into the wall, the metal wall. Anthony and Hunter, as you enter G's office, it is tacky. It is, if it's even possible, it looks more like a discotheque in here than the casino does. There's mirrors on the ceiling. There's a stripper pole. And it's really hard on the eyes. He has a very large green chair and a elaborate, beautiful, but overlarge desk. And they sit down on it. They put their legs up. What do you think you know about my side business?
Well, I know that it is a very popular party drug. And I know it makes a lot of money.
It doesn't make any money.
Well, people pay for it, don't they?
God, you're stupid. As he says that, the security detail who followed you enter the room. They lock it. They stand in front of the door.
Well,
what do you think the tender sugar is?
I don't know what it is.
Then why are you here?
Because I need to find a way to get a drink. If you get my drift.
I would love to know whatever electrical impulses still exist in your brain that you think I wouldn't give you someone who is already tainted with tender sugar.
Well, I'm not looking for that from you. I'm just looking for a way for us to work together so that I know where to avoid and you get yours.
I don't want to work with you. I don't need to work with you. By the time I'm done, any kindred who are left aren't going to be able to stand against me and my family. And by the way, I don't know what faction you belong to. I don't even understand them, to be honest. Anarch or Camarilla. My family are the only ones dealing with the hunters. You should be thanking me. You should be down on your knees asking to join my family so I could reject you and toss you overboard with a stake through your heart. Your kind drove out mine. It's payback, baby.
I see.
No, you don't see a thing.
Well, I suppose if you don't want to work with me, then we are going to have to find a way for us both to get off this boat alive. Because I don't want to piss off your family. And you don't want to mess with someone who is about to host the largest party that the Camarilla has seen in the South.
Ah.
I
Finally.
thought you were a man of opportunity.
I prefer they, them, not man. But I am a person of opportunity. And the biggest Camarilla party in centuries sounds like a great place to distribute my secret weapon. Thanks for telling me.
Absolutely it does. How do you expect to get inside?
I'm not going. Weird that you would give away your whole hand so fast. You want to know something funny about hunters? A lot of them, I mean, I haven't dealt with a lot of hunters in my time, but a lot of the ones that have come here, they seem to be able to tell what we are just by looking.
Yeah, they got a sixth sense for that.
You know who they can't tell? Thin Bloods. To them, Thin Bloods are just like anybody else. The fact that your kind relegates them to the shittiest parts of town instead of giving them a job, a direction, and a purpose, maybe the promise of something better, well, that's an opportunity missed. I'm all about opportunities.
Yeah. I'm sure you are.
Astrid. As you turn to see Grayson there, he's pale, almost sickly pale. He has large, square, black-framed glasses and a messy mop of red hair. Dean told you he wanted a daughter of Oblivion.
Yeah.
Luckily for him, his child is one. And he holds out his hands. You see fire forming in his hands. I need you to make a frenzy check.
This motherfucker. Sorry. Okay. So, just frenzy check. My willpower is 7. So. Yeah, I think I did that right. Let me see. 4.
Four successes with a fireball forming in front of your face at close range is not enough. You turn to flee. Harmony is still standing behind you. You run into her, knock her over. The next sensation you feel as you hit the railing is a stake going into your heart. It's an odd sensation. Suddenly, you no longer have free movement, free will. You can see, you can hear, but your body goes limp and slack, and you fall to the ground. If you move your eyes slightly, barely you can, you see the stake is protruding out of you with such force, almost as if he had some sort of weapon or contraption to shoot you with a stake. You hear Harmony screaming, and then not screaming anymore. Galen, stuck to this wall, and the Nosferatu in front of you, he has a stake in his hand. You can try and stop him. I will need another Dex Athletics roll to try and stop his arm. Your arms are not hindered in any way.
He's gonna definitely overtake me that way. So let's see if I can. This might be stupid. But if I could, is it possible to Fata Morgana like a flame between us?
Yes.
I will
check.
see if I can make it look like it's coming out of a pipe somewhere.
Okay, so for Fata Morgana, you are trying to make something visual.
Yes.
Anything else? Would you like to try and make it audible?
Yes, I'm
and
gonna
maybe
try to make it
also smell?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it as real as I can.
I need at least 3 successes, and I need to check his wits and composure. Roll against
It's a
it.
success on the thing, and all right, that's 3 successes. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna spend a willpower just to make this extra convincing. Okay, that becomes 4 successes.
All right. 4 successes is enough. He leaps backwards, scared of the fire, and I need to make him a frenzy check. Seven successes. He doesn't flee, he doesn't run, but he definitely makes the distance from you. Hunter and Anthony, you're still in conversation with G. You can tell that they are not prepared to let you simply walk out of their office. They have it barricaded with 3 security detail. How did you think this was going to play out, Hunter?
Well, I thought you'd be smarter, but I need to leave. So,
How would you prefer? In a box? In an urn?
let's
Shall
see
I
about
send
this.
your head to one of those hookers on the strip?
I'm sure they'd love that, but not the head you're thinking of. I take out of my trousers something that I will... can I, construct something with Fata Morgana that appears to be a very large incendiary device?
Yes, of course you cannot use it in any way,
No.
and you have to be very careful to not disrupt the illusion by touching it too much or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yes.
I'm gonna do that.
And I need to check again wits and composure. Really glad I wrote that down.
Huh?
Blind. There we go. Not a great roll for them. Especially not if I drop the dice on the ground.
Oh, that is 7
God.
successes,
Oh man.
and it's a messy.
Messy crit.
Messy crit.
Oh, that is such a good roll. Except I rolled a double crit and 2 successes.
Oh no.
I rolled 10 successes.
Oh my
no.
god.
Why do you do this to us?
I didn't mean to. You pull out this incendiary device, and you said it was a messy crit.
Yeah.
Hunter, you're too tightly wound from being in the situation that you don't want to be in, a situation where you don't necessarily see the way out. And as you pull it out, you fumble with the illusion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's quite clearly not real. G makes an uproarious laughter. That's cute. That's adorable. Let me show you what the real thing can do, though. And he goes like, and they go like this. The 3 security detail raise guns, and they're going to fire at both of you.
Oh.
All right.
You can certainly dodge. Dex and athletics.
Never thought I'd feel lucky to be pinned to a wall with a sword, but honestly, I prefer it right now to this.
Yeah. Oh, Dex Athletics is not a good look for me. I might rouse again for an extra
3
couple of
success.
dice. Oh,
Why
I'm
am I
hungry
rolling for
again.
Astrid? Why am I rolling with Astrid's dice?
You're rolling with Astrid's dice? That's unwise.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, but I have the same dice pool for Dex Athletics, so. Right, 3 successes. That was strange. Why was I rolling for her?
2.
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
And 3 for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you say that.
No.
Anthony, you very easily are able to dodge out of the way. You're able to dodge behind or get cover behind a bookshelf. You take 1 superficial damage in the shoulder as you do so. Hunter.
No, Hunter does, sorry.
No, Anthony
No.
takes 1 superficial
All right.
damage. Hunter,
Understood.
a little less quick on the draw. You duck down behind one of the chairs that's across from G's desk, and you get clipped in the arm, 2 superficial damage. Astrid, as you're laying on the deck of this riverboat, you can see Grayson walk in front of you. Doesn't say anything to you. You see he has another strange contraption in his hand. It's some sort of metal vest or metal chain. And he places it around you where the stake is. And you hear a lock. And you hear electronic beeping as he punches something into it. He pulls a cord and throws it into the water. It is hard for you. You cannot move. You cannot speak. You can only see what you can see staring up into the stars. He lifts you up, throws you overboard. You land in something soft. You hear a plunge into water, and you assume Grayson climb onto whatever you landed on, a raft, some sort of inflatable device. And he starts paddling to shore. Galen, you have successfully used Fata Morgana against the Nosferatu. He has not fled. He is simply staring at you. He holsters his sword behind his duster, and he pulls out a gun and aims it directly at your head.
Hold the phone. Oh, he's gonna shoot anyways, okay. No smooth talking my way out of this one.
As he holds up that gun, Galen, I have one too many dice. As he holds up that gun, you see his wrist and hand are simply crawling with those palmetto bugs.
would interest me if I weren't about to get shot in the face.
Are you rolling a Dex Athletics to try and...
Oh, I'll do that. Yeah, I'm not.
Dodge.
Yep. Let's see if I can dodge
This
this.
is going to be difficult. You are immobile. You can't.
Yeah,
You're stuck here.
that's one success.
With one success, the gun he's holding is a 38 special.
Ah, shit.
You're going to take 6 points of superficial damage
And I'm down to
straight
aggravated.
to the face. And he's going to go in with a stake. He's got it in his hand again. You can try and do something else. You can try use Fata Morgana again, if you like. He's going to step around your fire.
I am going to try to hit him with Mesmerize.
Rouse check.
Success.
Excellent.
And manipulation plus discipline. And just to make sure, I will spend another willpower.
What is the counter on that?
So that's 5 successes.
It's intelligence and resolve. Oh, well, that's not going to be a good roll for him. That's 3 dice. That is 1 success. And you rolled?
I rolled 5 successes.
He stops. What do you tell him to do?
Leave.
He turns tail, walks away. You are, of course, still stuck into the wall with his sword.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can pull it out of myself.
We'll get right to that. Anthony and Hunter, you are in a combat situation now.
Right. Am I able to just flick the gun in the direction of
Yes.
Hunter? Right.
Yes.
I will do that while I change my hands into a more suitable setup. Sacrificing the gloves. I don't have time to take them off, and then I will try to jump at G.
You reach into your flesh pocket, slide the gun to Hunter, easily enough. Need you to make a rouse check for feral weapons.
Of course. This is a success.
As your boned claws begin to come out, you turn to your target, G, and you see him stepping into shadow. Behind the opposite bookcase, where there's suspiciously no light. Hunter, you have a gun in your hand now. The detail are going to shoot you again.
Well, I'm
And
going to
sh-
shoot
and they
them right back.
Shoot them back. And Anthony, one of them is moving around the bookcase to shoot you again as well.
All right. Can I attack any of them, or have I wasted my turn?
You can attack the one who is skirting around.
I will go for them. So, Dex
Do I
brawl.
want to make a final
Straight
rouse
brawl.
check? No, I don't.
I will actually make a rouse check and boost myself 2 dice.
Oh no, I'm going to spend willpower on that.
Hunger 3.
Oh, that's better. 3 successes.
An important question, Hunter. Are you aiming for the smaller, more normal-looking security detail, or the very large one?
I know my lane. I will deal with the small one. Anthony will deal with the big one.
Because there is no cover for them, they are simply open to the room. You shoot him with a 9mm, that was,
Yep.
and you shoot him point blank in the stomach. The security detail goes down,
I also
groaning.
need to-
They are not kindred.
Oh. I need to make a frenzy check though, because I'm at 4 hunger.
5 hunger would be your frenzy check.
Oh, first.
Because they are bleeding.
Yeah, because I shot them.
Yes. Please make me that frenzy check. You didn't tell me you got hungrier.
Sorry, yeah, I'm at 4.
You got hungrier twice?
Oh, yes. Yes, I did. I did a rouse check to get extra dice. And I did Fata Morgana.
Hunter. Your beast is delighted at all of the blood spilling onto this carpet. It's urging you to go for it. To feed, finally, drink something.
I got 4 successes.
4 successes is exactly enough to contain yourself. Because you know the danger posed by Tender Sugar. You have witnessed it firsthand. Anthony, you're attacking the one coming towards you?
Yes, I
Strength and brawl.
Yes, I rolled. I got 3 successes, and I did that with a reroll as well as boosted attributes, so I'm a little bit salty right now.
3 successes is enough to take this guy down. Again, he is mortal. Hunter, another frenzy check, please.
Oh, God. Yeah, okay.
I need at least 4 successes. Of course, Anthony is there to stop you. Anthony, you tear into him. Bits of his flesh go everywhere, on the desk, on the carpet. You open up the intestines, the organs, everything that made up this person.
That is 6 with a crit.
More than enough. You feel the hunger rise. You feel it hurts, the pain of it. You want so badly to drink this blood, to lap it up off the ground like a dog if you have to. But you're able to hold it in. Astrid, he's reached shore. You can hear the boat getting farther and farther away. He's dragging you by the hair through the woods. You hear a car open, a door, throws you in, and all you can see is blackness as the car pulls away. Galen, you going to attempt to get the sword out?
I gotta get this sword out, and I gotta get the fuck out of here.
As you attempt to move the sword, I need a strength. Let's say strength and athletics.
2 dice. Fuck. That's nothing.
That's not a bestial failure, so you can't move it. You're stuck there. And as you struggle against it, you hear a familiar voice. I always told you, brother. Should have spent more time at the gym instead of those books.
Well, had I
And
known
you
I
feel
wouldn't.
a stake go into you. You feel the wood pushing in. Bethany reveals herself. She was obfuscated.
Of course.
And in it goes. And you, although you can see and hear, you cannot move. You cannot speak. The other goon, not the Nosferatu, steps around her, also obfuscated, pulls the sword out of you, lifts you up, hoists you over their shoulder, and they begin walking to the port door on this floor. Hunter and Anthony, all you have left in this room is this extraordinarily large man. He has sunglasses on. The way he looks at you, if he's even looking at you, there's nothing right about him. He doesn't have a gun. Instead, his fists are bald. And he begins moving towards Anthony.
I will deal with him. I'll just leap at him and carve him up. I'll try to.
Strength and brawl.
Yes, I'm doing another rouse check. Past that one. So, strength and brawl. +2. There's 3 successes.
Hunter, you watch Anthony leap on him, stick him with his bone claws and ripped out flesh. As the flesh falls on the ground, you feel no need to have to deal with your hunger. The flesh that's falling on the ground is dead. There's no blood flowing. It's ichor. It's bile. It's bodily fluids that have turned rancid in his body. You don't know much about the Hecata, but you've heard they like to deal with dead things. So Anthony, even as you're tearing into him, he doesn't seem to react to the pain. He grabs you by the throat, and he's going to throw you through the port window.
All right. Do I have time to act on that?
I would say it would be hard for you to dodge. You leaped on top of him to hurt him.
Can I fleshcraft his arm off his body?
Ooh.
I would say you would need more time
All right.
than a quick action to throw you.
I understand.
Ooh, can I shoot him?
Yes. You can shoot him as he's throwing Anthony. That is 5 successes to throw you out the window.
Do I roll anything to resist or just...
Not really.
No. I'll go for it.
Out you go through the porthole. It's painful. The force of it forces your body to sort of bend this way, and you fall against the railing. I need you to make a dexterity athletics roll to see if you do not fall over the railing into the water. And that would be 3 superficial damage for you. Through the glass onto the railing.
3 successes.
3 successes is enough to keep your balance, but that hurt. Hunter, you're shooting him.
4 successes.
4 successes. You shoot him in the back quite a few times. He falls to one knee. He's taken a bit of damage. And he turns to look at you. His sunglasses have fallen off. The eyes are rotting out of his face.
UNG disgust me. I'm gonna keep shooting.
He can't really react right now. Those bullets was enough to knock him down.
Yep.
Without having to roll, he's not moving or offering resistance. You fill him with enough bullets, you empty your clip so you have no more bullets in that gun, and he eventually falls to the ground. G, you don't know. You did not see where G went or how they got out of this room. Maybe Anthony did. But Anthony, right now, you are on the deck. Wits and awareness, please.
All right. Right. That is a messy critical.
Please increase your hunger by 1, as that battle was unpleasant, made you angry. There was nothing satisfying about it.
I'm at 4.
You're at 4 hunger, as is Hunter. You see... You see 3 kindred. You think they're kindred. Almost positive it looks like that Salubra you saw last night. Swimming in the water. You think they have Galen with them.
How far away are they?
Quite a distance.
Fuck. Hunter,
I poke my head out the porthole. Yeah, what?
we need to get off this ship. Where's Astrid?
She was talking to a friend. I'll go find her.
All right. Fuck.
Hunter, you head out, back into the casino. It's so loud in here, no one heard the gunshots. Don't see Astrid anywhere.
Shit. Do I see anyone?
You see the woman Astrid indicated. She's right now crying and being comforted by what looks like one of the cocktail waitresses on roller skates.
I'm gonna compose myself, bring ore to the front of my face. I'm like nice and reassuring, and I go up and, hey, you were with my friend. Do you know where she went?
Astrid?
Yeah, that's her.
I don't even know what I'm doing here. Some crazy guy threw her overboard and left. I don't even know how I got here. I don't gamble. I'm a maid, for Christ's sakes.
Oh, that's awful. Can you tell me where she went over?
Out there. It's so weird. The guy who threw her overboard, he made fire with his hands, and I saw him do it, and he got really mad, and he pushed me against the wall. And I blacked out for a second, and I swear I smelled, he looked like he was on fire, or he smelled like fire. It was so strange.
That's
like brimstone.
That is really weird. Do you know where it went?
I blacked out.
I'm gonna go look.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find Astrid.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help her.
That's okay. And I just kind of I leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna start looking.
You see no sign of her.
Do I see Anthony?
Anthony has re-entered the casino from around the deck, looking to see how far Galen is. Anthony, you would have seen at that point they were very close to shore. You would have seen headlights driving them somewhere.
Fuck.
So you can reconvene with Hunter on the side of the deck where Astrid supposedly went over.
Hunter, they've taken Galen.
They've taken Astrid.
Wait, who took Astrid?
Someone who can conjure fire from his fucking hands. So Dean has Astrid.
We have to make a decision now, Hunter. Are we going to pursue this drug right now here on the ship? Are we still going to do that, or are we going after them?
I really want those Camarilla fucks to tear each other apart at my party, so I say we leave them.
All right. Fair enough. We need to get overboard. Can you swim?
Just about.
All right.
It should be noted, Anthony, the direction Galen went in is the opposite direction from where you currently are on this boat, and neither of you have any idea what direction Astrid went in.
Do you have...
Oh, we need to get to shore as soon as possible.
Yeah, do you have, God, what's his fucking girlfriend's name? Victoria.
Victoria.
No, whatever.
Whose girlfriend?
Galen's.
Victoria.
It is Victoria, yeah.
Yes. I don't have any way of contacting her.
Both of you know that the Market Commons is where a lot of the Camarilla vampires are. You both know she was not there in the clinic, though Galen did not inform you that she went anywhere. Would not be a far stretch that she might go there, seeking allies.
All right.
Of course, she could also have gone to Alligator Adventure.
Are we splitting up, or are we going to the same place?
I don't know. I have the throbbing at the back of my head.
We need to make quick decisions, and we need to do this fast.
I promised I'd take care of Astrid. The doctor is great and all, but, well, he's made his bed. You can go find him if you want, but I'm going after Astrid.
I'll speak with Victoria. I'll go to the Market Commons. Tell me where you're going.
I'm going to the army base.
I'll come right after. Don't do anything stupid.
You know me.
I know you. That's why I'm saying it.
Yeah. Always know not to trust a dishonest person.
Right. And feed.
Let's get off this boat first.
Right.
Both of you jump
Yep.
Yes.
into the water. As Hunter and Anthony leap into the water, half of their coterie missing. We are going to end this session here. The monsters you are. And we'll see you again for the next session, session 6, Too Late for Saving, next time. So sorry, you guys. This is why I was nervous the whole time. I really thought Caleb was going to make it out of it. I really did.
Yeah, it's not. No.
It's almost like we went in without a plan, really. And then immediately split up. And
It's almost like we absolutely should have dropped that those oxygen tanks down the funnel.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, so you can tell the audience about that plan. It would have been brilliant.
Yes, the plan was to go find a bridge where the boat was passing under, and then drop the oxygen tanks.
You
into
know the
smokestack.
bridge. You've been there.
Yeah.
It's where Thedric got shot.
Yeah.
The intercoastal waterway.
That would have
Yeah.
worked.
It would have
would've
worked. It would have been great.
Those are big tanks. That boat would have been gone.
Harry and Kitsu, how are you feeling about your characters? Kitsu, you're
Scared?
muted, by the way.
Well,
Man, I'm wishing I'm wishing I'd rolled better to get those tranks, but
F's in chat, please.
That's
I'll find a way
that
out. I
was
always
so
do.
stupid. Why didn't I check heightened senses, sense the unseen, anything? I
Because
didn't
you're a
even.
fledgling. That's why. So,
yeah.
it's not
Those
your
are
fault.
fledgling mistakes. Oh, I'm so sorry, everyone. See, Honey von Schlad, the storyteller, is delighted. Honey, me, is horrified.
Hadi also rolled 10.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean to.
We can't see your rolls. You can fake them if you really care
If
about
you're
it.
really feeling it. Oh my
I would
god.
never. That's why I think I rolled 1 success for the Nosferatu for the mesmerize thing, 1 or 2 successes
Brilliant.
on 3 dice.
The
love it.
Yeah, I just was able to tell them to fuck off. It's great.
the adage "don't split the party" is not something I ever thought I would apply to a vampire game.
Yeah.
But as soon as I got on the ship and I was like, Huddy's got something prepared for all of us. This is awful.
I don't understand why you didn't just follow us because we didn't tell you to, or
Were you doodling that the whole time?
for fledgling. Yeah.
I'm so worried for 2 weeks from now.
I will find some bullshit way of wiggling my way out of this problem.
Well, with the
You know,
stake in you, you really can't do much. And I think
Yeah.
you have a significant amount of damage on you as well.
I do. Any damage I take now will be aggravated.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Hunter, we could just leave. we could just go.
Like the first thing he wants to do. It's what we should have done 2 episodes ago. Oh
I
man.
will.
You certainly can. I can roll with it.
I mean, it works well with my convictions.
That's a good point. I do have another character in this campaign, so I'll just play him and swap out.
Yeah. That's
me
not
too.
too weird.
I will murder Grayson as soon as I can.
I don't know.
Very
Grayson might have
painfully.
exploded from.
No.
Awesome.
Well, I can tell what that is. That's a resonance thing. That's a paradox thing. That's because
Yeah.
she witnessed it.
I thought it was paradox. Is it like echoes or something?
Echoes, resonance. Yeah.
Yeah. It was either he had what is it called, feedback from paradox, or he just has weird echoes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Delightful.
Making Grayson's sheet was really fun and horrifying.
I mean, I wouldn't blame you to throw us on the bus and continue
Because
on.
I was fully prepared for you to beat that frenzy, for you to do this, because I have all this other stuff that he can do that's also horrifying, but it didn't take it. You didn't make the frenzy, and then that's it, the end. And then it's just going to be the Hunter and Anthony show, apparently.
Yeah, let's just spin off. It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
you've got characters prepared, right? Harry, Kitsu.
Oh, you can play Isaiah again, and so can roll a new character.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay.
Ye of little faith. We'll figure it out.
It'll be fine. There's
Yeah,
no way
one of the
Heidi
things
would.
I totally forgot to check the chat after like the first 30 minutes. So thank you everybody in the chat. I could see it going. You guys were awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope you've had a wonderful time. You can catch us with episode 6 of Grand Strand in 2 weeks on Saturday. And until then, don't split the party.
You can also watch the old episodes at Hadi Wunschland's YouTube channel. Yeah.
Hadi channel, Hadi von Schland.
Huddy channel.
Huddy
I
channel.
also want to thank my players, Chris, Harry, Josh, and Kitsu. You guys bring it every time we play. You're super awesome.
Thank you.
I mean, you get me you get me going. It's really good. I love it. I love everything about it.
No, you.
No,
You're the best. Thank you.
No, I'm the worst, actually.
you are the worst, but the best at being the worst.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Until next time, thank you, everyone, and goodbye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.